June 6, 1944. The world held its breath. Over 156,000 Allied soldiers hurled themselves across the English Channel, launching Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history. Reference: D-Day. The Battle for Normandy by Anthony Beevor, 2009. The beaches of Normandy, codenamed Omaha, Utah, Gold, Juno, and Sword, bristle with German fortifications. As dawn broke, waves of young men faced a wall of bullets, landmines, and artillery. This was not merely a battle for land. It was a battle to reclaim freedom itself from the grip of Nazi tyranny. D-Day, blood and sand. The landings were a slaughterhouse, particularly at Omaha Beach. American forces faced heavy machine gun fire from cliffs above, and within hours, over 2,400 Americans lay dead or wounded. Reference: U.S. National D-Day Memorial Foundation. Yet despite staggering losses, the Allies held. Inch by bloody inch, they secured their foothold. By nightfall, more than 100,000 troops had landed in France, shattering Hitler's Atlantic Wall myth. The tide of World War II had turned, and with it, so did the fate of Europe, the liberation of France. In the weeks that followed, Allied forces pushed inland, liberating towns devastated by German occupation. The battle lasted nearly 2 months, reducing the ancient city to rubble. Reference: The Struggle for Europe by Chester Wilmot, 1952. Paris, the City of Light, was liberated on August 25, 1944, after 4 brutal years of Nazi rule. Parisians poured into the streets, embracing Allied troops and hoisting the tricolor once more. But while Western Europe rejoiced, Eastern Europe bled. In the East, the Soviet Union was engaged in a colossal struggle of its own. The Red Army, having survived the horrors of Stalingrad and Kursk, now unleashed Operation Bagration in June 1944, a devastating offensive that annihilated the German Army Group Center. Reference: When Titans Clashed by David Glantz and Jonathan House, 1995. By the end of summer, Soviet forces had stormed through Belarus and Poland. Germany was now squeezed between 2 unstoppable fronts. The Battle of the Bulge. Desperation gripped Hitler. In December 1944, he launched the Battle of the Bulge, a surprise attack through the Ardennes forest. For a moment, it worked. Fog concealed German tanks, and American forces were caught off guard. But the Allies rallied. After weeks of fierce winter fighting, the Germans were pushed back, their final reserves spent. As 1945 dawned, the race to Berlin accelerated. In the West, Eisenhower's forces surged across the Rhine. In the East, Marshal Zhukov's Red Army closed in on the German heartland. Hitler, now isolated in his underground Führer bunker, refused to surrender. He believed, against all reality, that Germany would somehow endure. The fall of Berlin, Hitler's last stand. In April 1945, Berlin became a battlefield. Soviet artillery pounded the city into dust. House-to-house fighting turned neighborhoods into graveyards. Inside his bunker, Hitler appointed 12-year-old boys to defend the city. A testament to his utter desperation, on April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler took his own life. His so-called 1,000-year Reich had lasted just 12 years. Victory in Europe. On May 8, 1945, Germany unconditionally surrendered. Across the world, celebrations erupted. Crowds danced in Times Square. London rang with church bells, and Soviet soldiers wept at the sight of Berlin's ruins. But the cost was beyond comprehension. Over 60 million dead worldwide, entire cities leveled, and a scarred generation that would never forget the horrors they had witnessed. Conclusion: the journey from the bloodied beaches of Normandy to the rubble-strewn streets of Berlin was a brutal saga of sacrifice and perseverance. It was a reminder that evil, no matter how powerful, can be defeated when free people stand together, and that freedom, hard-won and precious, must always be defended. If you believe history must be remembered and honored, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We explore the real stories behind the world's greatest events, and we need you on this journey through time.